Hari Om. Thank you, Rajaji. On behalf of Chinmaya Mission Kansas City community, we welcome Swamiji and you all to this Jnana Yajna. Swamiji has been conducting several online Jnana Yajna as part of Chinmaya International Foundation presentations through various Chinmaya Mission centers for almost past 2 years now. He has a huge fan following, as you can see. Quite a few from other centers have joined. They all have been following Swamiji from one satsang to another satsang. They don't need the introduction of Swamiji because they all know very much Swamiji personally, as well as uh, since they have been meeting them Swamiji in person in the past as well as in the virtual. To those who are new, here is a brief introduction of Swamiji. Swamiji has been associated with Chinmaya Mission since 1995. He holds a diploma in mechanical engineering. Inspired by Puja Gurudev, Swami Chinmayananda's ideals and talks, Swamiji has finished Vedanta course and was initiated as Brahmachari Gagan Chaitanya and served the centers in Trichy, Sri Lanka, Coimbatore, and France. In 2010, Swamiji was blessed with Sannyasa Diksha as Swami Ramakrishnanandaji. Currently, Swamiji is a resident Swamiji of Chinmaya Mission Nagapattinam, Tamil Nadu, India. Under his guidance and able leadership, Chinmaya Vidyalaya Nagapattinam has achieved to be one of the top schools in that area. Also, with host of volunteers, Swamiji takes action to renovate temples that are in dire need and does consecration ceremony, also known as Kumbhabhishekam of Hindu temples in and around Nagapattinam area. Swamiji is a great teacher who makes it easy to learn Sanskrit and also easy to understand any Vedanta script with practical examples and great humor. He is the author of Chinmaya International Foundation course Sulabha Samskritam, also known as Easy Sanskrit. He has helped many students to master the Sanskrit language with his unique teaching style. We are truly blessed to be part of this Jnana Yajna by Swamiji. Once again, we welcome Swamiji and you all from all around the world. Thank you, Swamiji. Please take over.
Will you start?
Yes.
Yes, Swamiji.
Very good. You are telling yes, good. We'll start. Om Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smrti Purana Namalayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om. So this is first time we are doing for Kansas City. Welcome to this Tattva Bodha class, Tattva Bodha Yajna. Okay. This is a very basic Vedanta class. If you understand this Tattva Bodha, the basic technical terms of Tattva Bodha, you can understand any Advaita text anywhere in the world. Okay. Now you are going to learn the basic terms and basic concepts of Advaita Siddhanta. You are very much blessed. In 5 days you can finish. Those who are going to learn the Advaita philosophy, after this 5 days you become philosopher. After 5 days, just 5 days, you become the great philosopher in Advaita. Okay, now you will see. Definitely you will become great philosopher. Our dharma is called Sanatana Dharma, where we are living. So we identify ourselves with this great dharma. This is called Sanatana Dharma. The real name is Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana means eternal dharma, eternal human values. The origin of eternal human values is Bharat, India. From here only it is originated and spread all over the world. Sanatana Dharma. The other name of the Sanatana Dharma is Vaidika Dharma because it's based on Vedas. Vedas are the root of our dharma. Whatever we practice, whether it is value system or cultural system, whatever it may be. So the root is Veda. With means knowledge, the source of knowledge. Vedas are like ocean. So any branches of knowledge you find in Vedas. So the Vedic Dharma is based on Veda. Sanatana Dharma, eternal Dharma. In the modern days, we call it Hinduism because invaders visited India, Bharat, and they do not know how to pronounce Sanatana Dharma, Vedic Dharma, so they changed it Hinduism. So they have given us the name Hinduism. Okay. Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya is calling this dharma as Vedic Dharma in Viveka Chudaman. Janthunam Narajanma Durlabam Atapumstum Tato Viprata Tasmat Vedic Dharma Marga Bharata. He says, this is Vedic Dharma. So Sanatana Dharma's name you can see anywhere. And all 18 Puranas, Itihasa, Puranas. The Hinduism is a modern name. Anyway, we can add this name also because we are very generous. All Hindus are very generous. We can accommodate anything in the world. So this is our Dharma. So Dharma name is Vedic Dharma, Sanatana Dharma, Hinduism. Okay. So we belong to this. Now because this is Vedic Dharma, this is based on Vedas. These Vedas are eternal. Vedas are not written in the form of a script. It's a holy sound form. Holy sounds. We chant Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu. Holy sound. Purnamadaha, Purnamidam. End of the class. Not now. At the end of the class is Purnamada, Purnamidam. Vedic sound. So this sound afterwards is very difficult to memorize. Therefore, Bhagavan Vedavyasa made some arrangement so we can get in the script form. Because in Kali Yuga, we don't have that kind of memory capacity and understanding capacity. Bhagavan Vedavyasa understood and he collected all the Vedic mantras, edited, and he has given the name and the script form. Afterwards, we got the script form. Now we get book from many bookstall. We start reading, chanting Vedic mantras with swaras. So Vedas has got two branches, Karma Ganda and Jnana Ganda. The content of Karma Ganda, the name itself says karma, action. Whenever we are asked to do action, we don't like it. They are asking you to do karma, headache. All kinds of pain you will get whenever we are asked to do some karma. Karma. So the karma Ganda activities. Through karma, we get so much of fruits and we can enjoy. Karma, karma pala. After having done this karma, after purification of our heart, we have to move to Jnana Ganda, knowledge. So this is preparatory part, preparation. It gives the preparation of purification for the heart, and this is the goal. Goal means is the real sadhana through which we will attain the moksha. This Jnana Ganda is our part here. Okay, the Jnana Ganda of Vedas, otherwise it is called Vedanta and Upanishad. So the Upanishad is none other than Vedanta. Vedanta is nothing but Jnana Ganda of Veda. Jnana means end part. The conclusion part of the Veda, the conclusion is called Anta. So Veda, Anta, Vedanta. The conclusion, essence, the core point of Vedas is called Vedanta. So the Vedanta is none other than nothing but Upanishad. So other name of Vedanta is Upanishad. Where are you going? Where are you going? Vedanta class. But you told yesterday Upanishad class. Both are same. Upanishad class, Vedanta class. Otherwise, I am going to Jnana Kanda class. Jnana Kanda. All are same. Okay, synonyms. Now our part is here Jnana Kanda or Vedanta Upanishad. Upanishad means Vedanta. Jnana means knowledge. Vedanta means end part of Veda. So what is the meaning of Upanishad? Okay? Upanishad. The split Upanishad. Upa means near. Upavasam. We are doing Upavasam. Morning I will not eat, afternoon I will not eat, night all together. What is this? Upavasam. Upa means near. Near to whom? To teacher. Near the teacher. Near. Ni means down. We have to sit down. Shat means sit. Go to the teacher, go near the teacher, sit at his feet, then you learn the knowledge. So going near, that means you have to come closer mentally. Physically also you have to come near, then you have to receive the knowledge. Mentally also. Otherwise the distance is there. Even though I'm sitting at the feet of the Guru, I don't like this Guru. Mentally I'm completely away. Mentally also you have to come closer to understand what he is telling. Sit means here, but sit down means what? Submitting our ego. I'm sitting near the Guru, but my ego is like cauliflower, not like jasmine, cauliflower, bloom. We never learn anything. So, Upanishad means go near to the teacher, sit at his feet and learn this knowledge. Therefore, this is called Upanishad. Now, this explanation is more than enough. Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya is giving different interpretation for Upanishad when he writes introduction for Kathopanishad. So when you become Pandit or great scholar, you can go there and learn the higher interpretation for the Upanishad. It is there in introduction in Kathopanishad. Now, so how many Upanishads we have? 108 Upanishads we have, but this is more than enough to read and tell. We do not have time to even to finish only one Upanishad in this Janma. We started Kena Upanishad 5 years back, still it is going. We don't have time. And Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya has written commentary for all the 10 major Upanishads. These are all major Upanishads. Isha, Kena, Kata, Mundaka, Mandukya, Aitareya, Taittareya, Prashna, Chandogya, Brihadaranyaka. Great Upanishads. From 108, our great saints, they have selected 10 major Upanishads. Dasa Upanishads, these are all called Dasa Upanishads. Dasha. At least we should know. We have to be very familiar. We have to teach our children. So many Upanishads we have. Highest philosophy. The highest philosophy on the globe, on the earth, in the universe, you can say. So more than this, there's nothing is available. Nothing is there existing. This is the topmost and the highest, the ultimate knowledge of human being. If you want to get completely away from all your problems, then you have to arrive here only. Only you have all the solutions for all the problems. Upanishads. This is Amrita Swarupam. All the Upanishads. Okay. Rig Veda has got, all these Upanishads are available in Vedas. Rig Veda has got Aitareya Upanishad. Yajurveda you find Isha, Kata, Taittiriya and Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. All the 4 Upanishads you find in Veda. Because Vedanta you find in Vedas only. These 4 Upanishads. Rig Veda, Yajurveda. Then Samaveda, you find Kena Upanishad and Chandogya Upanishad. Atharvana Veda, Prashna, Mundaka, Mandukya. All these 10 Upanishads are spread over in 4 Vedas. We collected 10 Upanishads from the 4 Vedas. Okay, all the Upanishads are called Vedanta. Is it okay? Okay. These Upanishads, the original, that's all. Vedic mantras. We cannot call it Upanishad slokas, Upanishad mantras. This is revealed to our great rishis, the original one. These Upanishads, Bhagavan Vedavyasa studied, reflected, and he made Brahma Sutras. So the Upanishads are revelation, the mantras. And he studied, collected, he made the thought arrangement very nicely. The 555 sutras he made. Sutras means aphorism. Sutras, small, the statements. These Brahma Sutras are based on logic. Those who are having so much of question, if they ask you so many questions, take them to Brahma Sutra class and drop them and you run away. So many questions you are asking. Come with me. Put that person in Brahma Sutra class. Lock the door, you run away. It's based on logic. Tarka Pradhana. So Bhagavan Vedavyasa not only edited the original mantras, the Upanishads, and he reflected, he made This is written by Bhagavan Vedavyasa, Brahma Sutras. It's not very difficult. Actually, this is not very difficult to understand. It's very interesting to understand. So many logical the points will come. Very interesting. If you are a very, very intellectual person, Upanishad, the Brahma Sutra is meant for you. But people are frightening you. Brahma Sutra, wow, you, that is meant for intellectual. You are going to that class? I am also an intellectual person. I can understand. Therefore, I am going to Brahma Sutra. People are frightening actually. It was very interesting. Once if you read, start reading, start tasting it, you will not leave the Brahma Sutra. Very interesting kind of text. Bhagavan Vedavyasa made one. And he made Bhagavad Gita also. Bhagavad Gita is a product of Bhagavan Vedavyasa. It is there. Madhya Mahabharata. This is in the center part of Mahabharata. Mahabharata was written by Bhagavan Vedavyasa. Bhagavad Gita is kept inside the Mahabharata. Therefore, the author of Bhagavad Gita is Bhagavan Vedavyasa. All the three products are, what do you call it? Performance or no, expression or the work of Bhagavan Vedavyasa. All the three products are his greatest work. If Bhagavan Vedavyasa was not there in Sanatana Dharma, there is no Hinduism. Finished. So he only collected all the Vedic mantras, the Rishis Vedic mantras, and he edited the Vedas, and he brought out the Upanishads. From the Upanishads, he collected, he reflected, he made Brahma Sutras for the higher intellectual people, and he made Bhagavad Gita, same Upanishad, he made in the Brahma Sutra form, he made in Bhagavad Gita form. So Bhagavad Gita is meant for all, children also can chant it. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Children. They sing this, whether they understand it or not. Nainam chintandi shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, nachainam kledayantyapaha, nasoshayati marutaha. Small children, second standard child is chanting it. You ask them, what is the meaning of it? Atma cannot be killed. Where is this? Inside my body. Small child says. Even though my father is beating me, he is beating only the body. My father cannot beat my Atma. Small child says. Here's to Upanishad thought. How it is practiced through Bhagavad Gita. Okay? Upanishad is like Guda, Vellam, Jaggery. If you consider the Upanishad as original Jaggery, it's very difficult to eat and it. Even though you see Jaggery, you want to take it. 1 kilo, you can eat it. 1 kilogram of Jaggery. It's looking very nice. Brown color. Jaggery. Brahma Sutra is Kamarkat. Hard candy. Made out of Upanishads. You need to have strong teeth to bite it. Otherwise, you bite, katak sound you hear, you are taking one teeth from your mouth. Like katak. So we thought that the Kamarkat is breaking. No. Instead of hard candy, we have broken our teeth. Very tough. And very interesting, it's made for that kind of intellect. It's also sweet, but tough kind of sweet. Kamarkat, hard candy. Bhagavad Gita is payasam. Yeah, payasam is made out of this jaggery. So we can eat. The old people also can eat it. And small children also can drink. Youngsters, of course. It's made for all the people, Bhagavad Gita. And this is made for... Because you have to cook in such a way that you have to satisfy all kind of people. So you are a very nice mother, very nice father. In India, only mother cooks, father eats. How is sambar? It's okay. You drank 1 liter of sambar with mini idli. There you have to cook. You also should cook. If you go out of India, both are equal. You make your idli, your sambar, you eat it, go to office. I will make my idli and my sambar, I'll put. That's all. If I make excess sambar, then I will keep for you. If you're a good person, then you should know how to cook for all the people. You have to satisfy all the people. Bhagavan Vedavyasa satisfied intellectually, all kinds of intellect. are satisfied. All are made up of Upanishad. Upanishad, Brahma Sutra. These three books are the powerful foundation book, what do you call them? The basic book, philosophical book of Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma is standing on the three pillars. Our Gurudev used as three powerful pillars, concrete pillars. Then the Sanatana, Gopuram of Sanatana Dharma is standing. What are they? Upanishad, Brahma Sutra, and Bhagavad Gita. If you remove these three things, there is no Sanatana Dharma. So all 18 Puranas and Idihasa, Ramayana, Mahabharata, 18 Puranas and all our culture is standing on these three pillars. Any story you take in Mahabharata, Ramayana, Purana, all the philosophical the thought you will get from these three books. Any story, you just take the story of Gajendra. Gajendra Moksha's story, Captain Bhagavatam. You read the story without understanding the philosophical background. This is a simple story, that's all. Very shallow. If you read this Brahma Sutra, Upanishad and Bhagavad Gita, then you read Gajendra Moksha. Gajendra is none other than Jiva. Crocodile is none other than our body, mind and intellect. Fighting, the Jiva is fighting with the body, mind and intellect for so many years. What is a pond? Pond is samsara. So how the Jiva is getting out of the body, mind and intellect, all the confusions and the emotions, the bodily pain, how we have to get out? Then we have to praise the Lord. The Lord will come and cut the rope or the problems, and he will release us bondage, from the bondage. It's called moksha. Gajendra means Jiva moksha. Are you getting it? If you read that book, Purana story, without these pillars, only story. Why you are telling that story to me? What is the philosophy behind it? So these are the three powerful pillars upon which the Sanatana Dharma is standing. So we need to study this first. Then you read any Purana, Idihasa, you will understand what is the core point of the story. You will understand very clearly. You never get any confusion over Purana, Idihasa. Okay, these are all Prasthanatraya. It's called Prasthanatraya, technically, three books. Now, what is the content of Prasthanatraya? So, this is okay. I understood what is Upanishad, Brahma Sutra, and Bhagavad Gita. Okay? So, content. What is there? You brought the packet. What is there inside the packet? You tell me. Krishna has expounded Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapters. They were talking 3 hours. Why? What? Any family matter? No. Official matter? No. Then what they were talking and sitting on the chariot in the middle of the Kurukshetra war? What discussion? The discussion on Jiva, discussion on Ishvara, universal, the supreme power, discussion on Jagat, how the Jagat is made, the universe, discussion on Bandha, bondage, discussion on Moksha, discussion on Sadhana, these other things. The content of Upanishad, content of Brahma Sutra, content of Bhagavad Gita is nothing but these are the subjects. Okay, this is subject matter. You go to Upanishad, you find all these things. You go to Brahma Sutra, you find it. Bhagavad Gita also, you find it. Sadhana also explained. What is moksha also explained. What is bondage? What is Jagat? What is Ishvara? What is this is subject matter. When we take this subject matter, all our subject matter will disappear because we are not touching it. Every now and then we are taking the subject matter family and we're talking about the family matter. That uncle has taken my money. Auntie also. Auntie is little better than uncle. No. Uncle is better than auntie. Yo. Auntie is Bajari. She never leaves this property. Yo. Uncle is innocent fellow. So we can handle uncle. Yo. A grandfather. Yo. Even though he's a 90-year-old man, he's very sharp. Yeah. His eyes are very sharp. Grandmother. Yo, ma. Family. How many years we are talking? More than 40 years we are discussing about the family matters, about few people. Then we are spoiling our mind. The mind also getting down and down, getting into tamas. So Okay, we have spoken about these people so many years. Leave it. Office work also, leave it. Take this kind of subject. We have to get out of samsara. This is a subject matter. Okay. Lord Krishna was discussing about this subject to Bhagavan, our Arjuna. Highest, the subject. But we have to discuss and we should learn from our Upanishad, Brahma Sutra and Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Now, Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya made commentary, a written commentary for Upanishad, Brahma Sutra and Bhagavad Gita. The original text brought out by Bhagavan Vedavyasa and commented by our Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya. So when he was commenting on these three books, he brought one Siddhanta, the conclusion. His Siddhanta, his conclusion is called Advaita Siddhanta. And Ramanujacharya also came and he also took all the three books and he is writing commentary according to his view. That is called Visishtadvaita Siddhanta. Madhvacharya comes and he writes commentary for Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, Brahma Sutra, and his view is called Dvaita Siddhanta. So Bhagavan Vedavyasa's Moola Murti, any acharyas can come, they can take the Moola Granthas and they can bring out their own views. This is the freedom of Sanatana Dharma. If you have some time, then you go take all the three books and you bring your view. You can have some Siddhanta on that, but nobody will buy, nobody will ask you to come and give a lecture. That's all. That's the difference. Bhagavan Vedavyas, when Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya writes commentary, people will come and listen. Ramanujacharya, yes. Madhvacharya, yes. All great acharyas, when they write commentary and when they conduct class, people will come. Then you and I write. They will push us from the class itself. Get out. Why? Our ability, our knowledge. We are all ordinary human beings. Samanya Manish. The great acharyas are avatara purusha. They come and understand the depth of the Upanishad and they bring out, according to their time and the society, they bring out different, what do you call, the Siddhanta. Siddhanta is philosophy. Okay, there is no contradiction between Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya or Ramanujacharya or Madhvacharya. All these great acharyas, our people only. Don't need to fight with each other. Our people, Sanatana Dharma, they belong to Sanatana Dharma. So end of the class, you will see what is the difference between Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya and Shankaracharya. Fifth day, we will see. Okay, we will take up that study. Remember, Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya brought out Advaita Siddhanta, but it's three great texts. Now, Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya, he brought out Advaita Siddhanta through his work. So he has done Bhashya Grantha. Bhashya means commentary. Commentary on Upanishad, Brahma Sutra and Bhagavad Gita. Commentary he has written. Original text comment. And he himself has written original text. This is called Prakarna Grantha. Preliminary text. So original Shastras, Upanishad, Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, he has commented on that. So this is called Bhashya Granthas. And he himself has written so many Grantha. That's the Prakarna Grantha. Why he has written the Prakarna Grantha? To understand the original text. To understand Bhagavad Gita, to understand Brahma Sutra, to understand Upanishad, he has written many Prakarna Granthas, a preliminary text. First you read this and you go there, you can understand very easily. Now see, our Gurudev studied all the scriptures. He came down and he wrote Kindle Life and Self-Unfoldment, the two Prakarna Granthas in English. Those who want to get into entry for Vedanta, first they have to read Kindle Life and Self-Unfoldment. If you study that two books in English, you can understand the essence of Advaita Vedanta. You can take up your study directly for the beginners. For the beginners, he has written the Prakarna Granthas to study the original Bhashya. Not only Prakarna Grantha, Prakarna Grantha is very, the food, or the dry food, that like aval, what you call puffed rice. If you put aval in your mouth and you have to take few minutes to chew it. So he made aval with a little sugar and he made aval payasam. The same Vedantic ideas. So he brought in hymns and meditations. So yes, many stotras he made. Many stotras and many for that devatas. What a brilliant personality. Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya. The student is very tough kind of student. This man has got some interest, but he is not coming to Purakarana directly. So he is more attached with his devata. So write some stotra on his devata. He will read that stotra, then he will come to Upanishad. What kind of person? Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya. See how he worked for Sanatana Dharma. Simply we are telling Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya is Avatara Purusha, is avatar of Lord Shiva, and he has done great work. Sir, how he thought, how he made the path for us to come into Upanishad Brahma Sutra, the highest Vedantic study. We have to go there. So he made so many hymns and meditations, stotras. The brilliant person. So made a text for everybody. He is not leaving anybody. For everyone, whoever it may be, wherever you are living, you can make your own way to come to this place. Therefore, we are telling Shruti Smrti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam, the compassionate heart. Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya, brilliant person. This is the Prakarana of the Bhashya Granthas he has written. The first book he has written, commentary on Vishnu Sahasranam. First work of Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya, commentary Vishnu Sahasranam. Very beautiful commentary. If you know little Sanskrit, please go through Vishnu Sahasranama, commentary of Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya. Then he has repeated commentary for Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutra, Isha, Kena, Kata, all the Upanishads. Okay, this is all original commentary. And this is all Prakarana Granthas. So many preliminary texts he has written. In our life, it will take more time to read the text. To read the text itself is very, very difficult for us to read and understand. He made it. He created. Avatara Purusha. Shankaram Shankaracharya. Lord Shiva is in the form of Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya. These are the Prakarana preliminary text. Tattva Bodha, Aparokshana Bodhi, Upadesha Sagasri, Vakyavrti, Swatna Nirupanam, Atma Bodha, Sarva Vedanta Sara Sangraha, Prabodha, like this, so many texts. Okay? So many texts. Viveka Chudamani, Advaita Anubodhi, Prashnot Ratana Malika, so many texts. All this Prakarana Granthas, okay? Bhajagovindam also, Lagu Vakyavrti, Brahma Jnanavali, all the Prakarana Granthas. Now hymns and meditation. Ganesha Pancharatna Sotram, Ganesha Bhujangam. If you are very much interested in Ganesha, you take this Ganesha Pancharatnam, you read Pancharatnam, you praise the Lord Ganesha. You, after some time, Lord Ganesha will disappear. There you will find Advaita Siddhi. That's all. So bringing Advaita thought in all the stotras. This is not very. So if you have a sweet kind of thing, you have to make sweet in every, what that padartha. So your aim is to mix this sweet in all the padartha. Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya, Advaita philosopher, he brought out the Advaita thought in all the stotras, all the devatas. Only the Advaita, the person who follows Advaita can accommodate all devatas into his fold. Not only Vishnu. When you see this, what that Bhavani, Rama, Devi, Shiva, Subramanya, Ganesha, Vishnu, Sharada, all the devatas he includes. That is the glory of Sanat Advaita. I hope you are getting Advaita, the ultimate. You never leave anything. You include everything. There is no fanaticism for Advaitans. Advaita is the top. Our Gurudev, Advaita. Swami Vivekananda, Advaita. Advaita means what? Sanatana Dharma, that's all. One umbrella, you bring all the people. You never leave anything, okay? All the devatas, Saundari Lahari, Shivananda Lahari, okay? Vishnu, Uma Mageshwara, Tripura Sundari. Not leaving anyone. All the people, the sadhakas are getting chants. Stotras, okay? Devi says, mantra, Maturika. Kanakadara Stotram, you very important Stotram. So we were searching where is Kanakadara Stotram. When we chant Kanakadara Stotram, we are looking at the top of the roof. No gold is falling. Those days, when he was chanting, literally Mahalakshmi was pouring gold coins. Now, when Stotras got the power, when you chant with that kind of attitude, that kind of devotion, Goddess Lakshmi will be pleased and she will send money through somebody. That's all. This will not come through the roof. Those days it happened. Now, we'll get through somebody. Definitely, you just read the stotra. Suppose you do not know Sanskrit, it's okay. Whatever the Sanskrit you know, you just read this. The Devi will understand, oh, he is calling me for money. She will send. If you go and ask your relatives, they will run away from you. I want to meet you. Then afterwards, they will cut your call. They know that you are coming for money. You go to Goddess Lakshmi and she will listen to your stotras. Even though we are chanting chanting is not good, but Lakshmi is okay. Oh, okay, you stop it, I will give you money. And she will offer the money. Devi, great power. Goddess Lakshmi is not ordinary person, great power. Power behind this, that wealth. So she's pleased and she will give. Okay, Annapurna, Ardhanarishwara, Meenakshi Pancharatna, Gauri, Navaratna. He is not leaving anyone. Such a great saint we had. No professor can write this many work. No professor. All original work of Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya. Okay? Lalita, Maya, Suvarna, Vedasara, Shiva Stotram, Shiva Panchakshara, Shiva Aparada Kshamapanam, Dakshinamurti. Okay? So many stotras. What, how many? Okay? He's not living now. Kept on going. So many stotras. We do not know so many stotras name also. So much as it. Okay? Ekashloki, Satashloki, Dashashloki. One sloka, Vedanta. 10 sloka, Vedanta. 100 slokas, Vedanta. Okay? This is what Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya has done. What he wants to bring to us, you come to, if you are good, go directly to the scripture. If you are beginners, go to Prakarana Grantha. I am not a beginner, so I am very much attached with my Devata. Okay, I will come and I will give you one stotra. You read the stotra, through the Devata, you come to Prakarana Grantha, through Prakarana Grantha, come to Upanishad. This is how he made path. This is called compassion. Our Gurudev also came from Himalayas and made so many ways for the children, for the youngsters, for the elderly people. All these people are included to study Vedanta and get out of all kinds of problems. Okay. Now, we are coming into the main line. So these kind of introductions there, Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya, the great saint, and made this much work. Now, we have 3 equipments: body, mind, and intellect. Actually, this chart should be like this only. Body, mind, and intellect. Now we made like this. Because this class is needed this kind of presentation. Therefore, I made like this. Okay. Body, mind, and 3 equipments. The difference between mind and intellect. Mind is emotional, intellect is rational. That's all. When we think, okay, intellect. When it becomes so emotional, then it's mind. That's all. So body, mind, intellect. We have our Purva Janma Vasanas. V for Vasana. Vasana means what? Whatever the karma we do, after the karma we get impression. After eating the sambar rice, you get sambar vasana. Even though we wash sambar. Sambar vasana is gone. Why? You put some hand wash. Hand wash. Sambar vasana is gone. The hand wash vasana is there. So one vasana is what the washing away, other vasana is deposit. Even though we wash, everything is gone, but vasana is there. After the action, the impression is called vasana. So many actions we have done in many janmas. Even in this janma also, every action is creating vasana, accumulated vasanas. These vasanas are the problems. These vasanas are obstructing us to reach this Brahman or our nature. So Vedanta says you have to clean this vasana, cleaning and deleting these vasanas. Is it? Target or the task of life, the task of human life, we have to delete this and we should reach the Brahman. This is called liberation. How to reach? What are the ways? What are the ways to reach? Here also the freedom is given. Karma marga, bhakti marga, jnana marga. If you are more body oriented or action oriented, we can take up karma. Going here, very active person, very dynamic person. For them only karma is prescribed. For dull person, no. First we get up, do some pilgrimage. Go to some pilgrimage center. Go to Chardham. Go to Himalayas. Go to Madurai. Go to Tiruvannamalai. So for tamasic people, the first sadhana is kept visiting many pilgrimage centers. You have to come out from tamas. Then you start doing work, karma work. Those who are very emotional and mind oriented, they appreciate love, affection, mind oriented, emotional oriented. For them, bhakti marga is recommended. Those who are asking questions and thinking people, for them, jnana marga is recommended. So 3 ways to reach, 3 ways to clean the vasana, and the jiva will reach this Brahman, our own nature. This is the path. The 3 paths are prescribed. According to our nature, we can select and we can reach this by eliminating this. This is the goal of life, a task of human life. Is it okay? Now we are not selecting karma and bhakti. We have selected this jnana marga for these 5 days. Why? We are all intellectuals, more intellect oriented thinkers. Who? We are. Who told? Nobody is telling in my family, but I'm telling myself. We are thinkers. We ask questions. Therefore, I have selected this jnana marga to reach this. Okay, jnana marga, asking question, thinking, reflecting on the Vedantic ideas. Okay, jnana marga. We selected. Now, you see this kind of the thing. The house, it is made like this in America and all where you are living. When I visited, I have seen this kind of structure, the skeleton. First time I saw this when I was there in the car. What is this? This is house. In India, if you come, we will make the pillar, the iron pillar, the concrete pillar. The beams will come, pillar will come. Then afterwards, we'll build the house by bricks, the burnt bricks. So we have seen from the childhood how the building is. You know, the Indian structure is totally different. So that also I can bring, because you are there, I have to bring your, therefore I brought. Okay. When I show money, I have to show the dollar, not Indian money. Because I have to be with you, your structure. So this is a skeleton. We don't understand what is this. The engineers, they know. So it will come like that. Okay, this. Tattva Bodha is like this only. What you are going to do for 5 days, going to build the skeleton, that's all. Okay, only the wooden structure. Chandravada said this is the hall and this is the portico and this is the first floor and this is this, then this. So engineer should take you. This is, you understand, oh, okay, I can understand how it will come. So structure is very important first. So after studying this Tattva Bodha, okay, now you go and take Vivek Chudamani. So after 3-4 months or 6 months also you take to complete this structure. This is Vivek Chudamani. Okay, you have completed. Complete. House is over. I'm ready to live in this. Now see. Vivek Chudamani. So Tattva Bodha is like what that? The skeleton. All the main structure of the whole Vedanta you are going to study in this 5 days. Is it okay? And after studying Tattva Bodha, you go and study Viveka Chudamani, you complete. All the gaps are filled up. And look at beautiful structure. So what I can say, Viveka Chudamani is expanding the idea of Tattva Bodha. That's all. So immediately if you jump into Viveka Chudamani, it's very heavy. Very heavy. But if you see this structure in the beginning itself, and after that, like mechanic, first mechanic, he knows how to, all the things, how it's working in the car. And afterwards, you buy the car and you become the lord of the car, owner of the car. Then you know what is there inside this bonnet. All the circuit, structure, everything you know. The same way. The first we have to know the structure of the Vedantic ideas. The complete structure is given in Tattva Bodha. Is it okay? I hope now you understood. So what you are going to study? Studying the main skeleton. I can bring the human skeleton, but you have to sleep. After the class, you have to sleep. You forget all Upanishad, Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, only human skeleton will come and in front of it will stand. After the class, I am going for sleep. The dream also human skeleton comes. Ghost also follows. Therefore, I am avoiding human skeleton and brought out this home. Is it okay? So that example also we can give, but that bring all kinds of unnecessary vasana, it will be creating in the heart. Therefore, I avoid it. Okay. Afterwards, you take up Viveka Chudamani. Viveka Chudamani is a brilliant Vedantic text, very easy language, easy understanding. That Viveka Chudamani, one book is more than enough to understand all the scriptures. But before Viveka Chudamani, you have to study Tattva Bodha. Okay. Now, we are going to start the Tattva Bodha. So far we have given the background of Tattva Bodha. Tattva Bodha is Jnana Grantha, and we are going to follow the path of knowledge. So here there is no karma, no bhakti. Bhakti means what? The love is there, but pradhanam is, so it doesn't mean that we are not going to take any, conduct any action. We do action also, we do bhakti also. So now I am going to start Tattva Bodha, stop all lighting the lamp and agarbatti, all the things, put everything away from this thing. Close the puja hall. For 5 days, I am not going to do any puja, any bhakti. All the activities stop. So you have to do all the activities, all the bhakti, everything. But the pradhanam is jnana. Tattva Bodha is Bhagavan Adi Shankara, Sri Shankara Bhagavad Pada Acharya Pranita Tattva Bodha. Tattva Bodha, text. Bodha means knowledge, Tattva, the philosophy. The knowledge of the philosophy, the knowledge of higher thing, Tattva Bodha. Tattva Bodha is called the first, what is the content of Tattva Bodha? The fourfold qualifications, it's speaking. And next one is truth. It's speaking about Atma. What is truth inside us? What is that? Something is there in us. What is that? That's called Atma. The third subject is universe. The Tattva Bodha is talking about universe. And the Tattva Bodha is talking about Jiva and Ishvara. Who am I? Who is Lord? Why He created me? What is the connection between Jiva and Ishvara? This is a content. And oneness of Jiva Ishvara. How I became one with Ishvara. So who am I and who is the Lord? How I am connected with Ishvara. That topic also is discussed. The sixth, man of realization. When I become man of realization, what will happen? Suppose only. Suppose after 5 days, I become man of realization. So will I get some aura behind my head? Maybe it's big aura or small aura? How much I understand, I realize according to that aura, big one or small. Can I get it? What kind of change? My face will glow? What I get? Or can I float in the air when I become man of realization? Who is man of realization? When realization happens, what kind of change will get? That is also discussed. The last point, the concept of karma. The 3 kinds of karma we have. The brilliant concept of karma we are going to learn in here. No text is talking like this. So here we are getting all the concepts, basic concepts of Advaita Siddhanta. After 5 days, I tell you, you become the philosopher. You become philosopher. You can put your name. Suppose your name is Subramanyam. Philosopher Subramanyam is going to address the audience. I request philosopher Subramanyam to take up your mic and give your blessings. When did you become philosopher? Last week only. How come? Attended 5 days Tattva. What you understood? All concepts of Vedanta. Tell me, which part you want? Do you want the fourfold qualifications or universe or Atma or karma theory or man of realization? So many subjects now you know. You take any subject, suppose man of realization, take this subject and go to Vivek, you will understand it. You take the 3 karma, you go to Vivek, you will understand it. If you read this, all the Upanishad, the Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita is filled with these ideas only. That's all. Are you getting it? The difference is here it is giving in a small, that very little. If you go to that text, it is elaborated. That's the difference. That's all. But all points are touched here. Are you getting it? Therefore, this is the basic book for Advaita philosophy. So you cannot say this is a simple book. No. I'm not telling this is a simple book. No, this is the basic concepts. So any student, the beginners, they have to go through this. We all the brahmacharis, all the Vedantic students, they will study first this text in a Sandipani. Thereafter only, so everything will be elaborated. This is a summary of all the things. And after that, 3 years we are going to elaborate this only. And they are going to study very deeply afterwards. Okay? This Tattva, the content of Tattva. Now the invocation comes. So Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya brings the invocation. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnana Pradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitartaya Tattva Bodha Abhidiyate. Vasudevendra Yogindra. Vasudevendra. This is Yogindra, Bhagavan Lord Krishna. Vasudevendra. Yogindram. The Lord of the yogis. All the yogis, they worship Lord Krishna. Yogindram. Jnana Pradam Guru. He is giving the jnana, knowledge. He is Guru. Krishna Mande Jagat Gurum. Krishna Mande Jagat Guru. Guru, Jnana Pradam, one who gives the knowledge. Natva. After having saluted. Jnana Pradam Gurum, Vasudevendra Yogindra. First, I salute this great Lord. And Tattva Bodha Abhidiyate. So I'm going to Tattva Bodha Abhidiyate. Tattva Bodha is going to be expounded. Or Tattva is to be explained. To whom? To whom you are going to explain? Mumukshunam hitartai. Those who want to get liberation, for them only this book is meant. Okay, tomorrow I'm not coming. That's all. Thank you very much. First class is okay. Understood for whom this text is made. Thank you very much. The first day you told, instead of telling the 5th day. Thank you. I'm not going to waste my time. Those who want to get liberation, for them this book is meant. Very clear. That means other people cannot come and cannot sit here. No need to touch this book. Beginning itself it's told. This is meant for mumukshu. Mukshunam hitataya tattva bodha abhidiyate. Economic student, no, get out. See, this is not economic subject. Art, no, this is not art. This is mumukshunam hitataya tattva bodha. This is a philosophy. So I'm going to explain the philosophy of Advaita to get liberation. It's very clear. That's all. Is it okay? Very clear. Now I'm going to explain this. He starts. What is subject matter? Sadhana chatushtaya sampanna adhigarinam moksha sadhana bodham tattva viveka pragaram vakshyamaha. Sadhana chatushtaya sampanna. The person who has got sadhana chatushtaya, 4-fold qualifications. The person who has got 4-fold qualification. Sadhana chatushtaya. Chatushta means 4. Sadhana means the qualification. Sampanna adhigari. He is adhigari. Adhigari we say. Adhigari means one who has got the qualification. So the person who has got fourfold qualifications, okay, for that person, this is the moksha sadhana bhutam. The fourfold qualifications are the eligibility to get liberation. The person who has got fourfold qualifications and who is eligible to get liberation, for that person, Tattva Viveka Prakaram Aksham. I am going to explain this philosophy. The philosophy of discrimination, I am going to explain to that fellow, that student. First is clearing for what you are. If you are okay, then you can continue. Otherwise, the company is calling the people. So if you have this kind of qualification, you can apply. Otherwise, should not apply. That's all. Can I apply for this job? This job has got the qualification. If you have technical qualification, you can apply. If you're a medicine person, what will you do? Doctor in the machine. You have to go to other place. So every the field requires their technical knowledge, technical qualifications. If you are qualified, then you can move. What kind of qualification? Fourfold qualifications. Okay, what are the fourfold qualifications? Sadhana chatushtayam kim? What is sadhana chatushtayam? Nitya anitya vastu viveka. The discrimination, first we need first qualification for the Vedantic student, discrimination. What? Discrimination. Oh, this is negative value in foreign countries. When we have discrimination, we'll get into problem, social problem, yeah? Sir, the social life, the society discrimination is totally different. Color discrimination and the caste discrimination, the religious discrimination, we are not talking about that discrimination. Discrimination between permanent and impermanent. Viveka. Okay, this is the different discrimination. The second quality, viraga. First qualification, viveka. Next, viraga, dispassion. We need to have. Third qualification, samadhi shatka sampatti. Shama adi shat sampatti. 6 qualifications. This is 1, this is 1, this is 6. The 6 is considered as 1. Samadhi shatka sampatti is one qualification. It has got 6 subdivisions. Ayyo, one quality itself is very difficult. The subdivision very, yeah. The subdivisions. All the 6 put together is one quality. Samadhi shatka sampatti. The fourth one is mamukshutva. Mamukshutva means the desire for liberation. All these 4 qualifications we need to have. Okay. To whom? Vedantic student. The person who wants to learn Vedanta, you should have these 4 qualifications. There is no Viveka for me. Vairagya. No. 1% also I don't have Vairagya. Sama Shatka Sampatti. I do not know what is Sampatti. But my name is Sampatti. Only by name I am Sampatti. I don't have any Sampatti. Mumukshutvam. Now I am okay. My family is so nice. My wife, children, my husband, all people are very good. So I don't want any liberation now itself. Now I don't want. Maybe next week, if I get some problem, I can come and work for Mumukshutvam. The person who has got unrest in his heart, he wants to get liberation. He wants to get liberated from the problems. So liberation is desire to get liberation. Mumukshutva. Okay. So if you put this in English, discrimination, dispassion, 6-fold wealth. 6-fold wealth means here what? Mind control, sense control, observance of one's own dharma, endurance of joy and sorrow, faith in words of Guru and Vedanta, single pointedness of mind, and the fourth, intense desire to attain liberation. Okay. These are the things are needed. These are the 4 points, but all the 6 put together, one value. You know this orange fruit, naranj, very interesting kind of fruit. This fruit is only one lump, but if you open it, you get so many divisions inside. Okay, in the same way, the third qualifications is only one value, but so many subdivisions. This is like orange. Orange is one fruit. You cannot tell or 7 oranges together. No, One orange has got subdivision inside. In the same way, the sixfold wealth is a third qualification, has got 6 subdivisions. Therefore, the 4 qualifications are needed for the person who is walking in the path of knowledge, Jnana Marga. So if you want to go to Bhakti Marga, the qualifications are different. Karma Marga qualifications are different. If I want to work in this company, qualifications different. That company qualifications are different. Same. So every field requires their particular qualifications. In the same way, the path of knowledge requires this qualification. Now our question, I do not have this kind of qualification. What should I do? Can I come tomorrow or can I drop this, or next year can I continue? Anyway, you have come, you study this for 5 days. Slowly we can develop all the qualifications. Okay, very rare to get this kind of chance to learn. So I have a discrimination 1%. Dispassion on the 0%, I know. 0.5%, fine, 6%. Liberation, okay, 1%. Whenever I fight with my family members, so it will increase. After fight, when we become samadhana, immediately it goes. It's going up and coming down. Liberation is not stable in my life. It's okay. It's okay. We try to develop all the qualities. Okay. This field requires this. We try to develop. No need to worry. It's not necessary. First, having developed these qualities, then can I come to Vedanta class? It will take 10 more janmas. Side by side, we get information about Vedantas. The same way, side by side, we develop the qualities also. This is how we have to develop. Okay. So tomorrow we will continue. Okay. Today we'll stop it here. Tomorrow we'll continue. Very interesting kind of concepts. So whenever I bring this kind of concept in Sanskrit, don't get frightened. Okay. This is all original. Don't get frightened. Anyway, I'm explaining. Viveka Vairagya, Sampatti Moksha, I'm explaining. Tomorrow also you have to come to class, okay? Don't get frightened. Or you are bringing all in original Sanskrit. We are getting frightened about this Sanskrit. Tomorrow we are not coming. No, come tomorrow. This is original things I had to give you. Otherwise, you might be thinking that I'm talking my own idea. The original text. So I have to show you this is the original Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya's work. Then we will explain, we'll understand. Is it okay? Right. So after this class, tomorrow, we'll do one thing. So I'll do 1 hour class. Okay. If you are okay, otherwise no need. If you are sleepy, there's no need. 1 hour I will do class. Then 15 minutes I'll give you time. If you have any question, you can ask. If you have any question, you should not fabricate. What kind of question can I ask you? When you study, if you have anything, you can ask. So 15 minutes I can give you for question answer tomorrow onwards for 4 days. Okay. If you are okay, otherwise you go and sleep. Okay. So discuss with your organizers and tell me. I can give 15 minutes more tomorrow onwards. Is it okay? Is it easy? Can you follow this? I'm not asking you to do any homework, okay? I will not ask. I'm a very good teacher. I know that. No homework. I will ask then and there, have you understood? Have you understood? That's it. So your duties, you have to say yes, yes, yes. That is more than enough. When I ask, have you understood? You have to, homework, no. Project, no. It's a life project. You can do it throughout your life. So tomorrow we can have 1 hour class and 50 minutes questions. Okay? Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Nice type.